Hey guys, this is Calvin from Agrin Performance, back with another video in my Road to 40-inch vert series. Today we're going to be talking about a question that I get very often from athletes trying to jump higher, and that is, how deep should I be squatting? And I definitely don't think it's a one-size-fits-all answer, but I have some thoughts that I think can help you out. This right here, this was one of my best sessions off 2 feet ever. I had a nice little windmill off 1 foot here. Mostly jumped off 2 though. I was working on getting more smooth on my dribble approach and nice off the backboard right there, but mainly I was just repping out, you'll see right here, repping out this backscratcher. I probably hit 4 or 5 of these on 10, and this was like a grail dunk for me on 9.9 last year, so I was very happy. It's one, I think my big problem, like that's a perfect one, my big problem on some of these you'll see is I try to pump the ball in one big motion all back at once. Something I learned at dunk camp is you got to pump the ball up and then move your elbows. That was also my first reverse on 10 off the dribble. Alright, so getting into the squat question, this is the lower body lift that followed my dunk session. And so yeah, like I was saying before, in a perfect world I think everyone would squat ass to grass all the way down with no pain, but everybody has different limiting factors, mobility stuff, old injuries. For me, it's usually hip pain, back pain, and so on this day you can see I cut it to about what I would call a 2/3 depth, since I had a little bit of low back tightness, and it's all just about risk to reward. I didn't want to blow my back up because I knew I was going to be dunking in a couple days, and even if I lose out on maybe 10% of that deep squat quad stimulus, I'm saving my back for the things that really matter, which is jumping. And guess what? I really still think you can build real power like this. You don't have to force yourself into positions that your body isn't ready for. It's probably better to go actually heavy with 2/3 or half depth than it is to just focus on perfect form and stay super light. I think some of the biggest things that have helped me is squat shoes. You can see I'm wearing them here. These basically, if you've ever seen someone elevating their heels with a plate, or they make special wedges for it, it takes away the need to have as much ankle mobility. So you don't need to dorsiflex, which is like flexing your ankles up. You don't need to do as much dorsiflexion in order to get into a good deep squat. So I think those are very helpful, but it's not a huge difference between buying squat shoes and just putting a 10-pound plate under your heels. Another thing that I've used with clients is just starting with a box squat and gradually lowering the box over time. That's more for adults who aren't familiar with squatting at all. I think if you feel like you're good at squatting but just get back pain with depth, you can just kind of keep that depth and try to improve it over time. And then remember, squats aren't the only tool in the shed. On a squat day, I always like to hit some other accessories. So you saw some clean pulls to work on explosive triple extension. This right here was a new one. It's a B stance Romanian deadlift. So most of my weight, 70% of my weight, is on this right foot right here, and that helps with single leg balance and also some glute strength. You're mainly working that right leg, but it lets you go a lot heavier than a traditional single leg RDL. And then lastly here, 2 of my favorites. I was doing very heavy standing calf raise. I put a few in real speed here so you can see my pace, and then I sped it up. But this is heavy, right? This is almost, this is more than 315 on there. And I was going for sets of 12, trying not to bounce. And then this was another new one. I've used the seated adduction machine a lot, but this was an interesting one. A little bit annoying to set up, but got very sore from it. Really good stimulus. Same thing, I sped this up now, but you saw my actual pace earlier. And I think with anything like this, just you're stronger than you think. On my first set, I was thinking oh, maybe I'll do 30, 40 pounds. I ended up doing 90 pounds for 10 and still felt pretty good with that. At the end of the day, jump training is about being consistent, smart, and adaptable. Don't let perfect form be the enemy of real progress. Build strength in whatever range you can control, and then try to expand on that over time. If you feel like this video helped me out, drop a like, share it with someone trying to increase their bounce, and subscribe for more vertical tips every week. Let's keep rising. Thanks for watching.